Hi everybody, today I made a little app for map makers. It's exactly what it sounds like. You can put this anywhere on any disk and just double click on it and then select one of these options. Just for right now, I'll select the one tile option. So basically the other two are going to give you a CSV file. It's going to generate it wherever this app is, and it's going to name it after the map. But for this one, that's window, not this window that pops up now, but when you get the coordinate, it's just going to pop up and then that'll be it. So Border of Life, my favorite map of all time. I open it and it asks for X coordinate. So I kind of modified this map for some scripting purposes. I have a clean copy of this somewhere else, but I didn't modify the map tiles itself, so I can click one, like let's say here, 66, 106, 28. All I have to do is type in 66 and then 106. It gives you the Z coordinate, and then as you can see here, so the tile type, it says it's 0, so it's just grass. The rotation of the tile type is 0 and the object is 110. So is it true that's object 110? Well, we can go and take a look. As you can see, 110. So that's basically how it works. So the window was that little window that popped up and then went away. The way I have it, you can click on this again. It's going to allow you to put another X and Y coordinate like it should. But if you click on either of these other two options, then you're going to have to go reselect the map file. If I click on this for all tiles, for example, Border of Life. Okay, you see this file that appeared here? It's a .csv. As you can see, I have it put the map name at the top and then a key to tell you what things are, and I have Excel, so I'm viewing it in there, but if you view a CSV somewhere else, you may not be able to do this or not. But I just double click on this to see all the information, and there you go. Border of Life is a 256 by 256 map, so we start with 1 1, and then if I go to the far end and then all the way down, we get to 255 255. I X'd out of that. I'm going to choose the last option, custom rectangle. You still have to go reselect the map with this option as well. Let's say from 5 5 to 11 11. And as you can see, from 5 5 to 11 11. Alright, that's it for those who want to just use this app. I have a download link to in the video description. Alright, so those who don't want to know how I figured this out and how it works, I hope you enjoy the app, and thank you for watching and have a nice day. But for the rest of you, I'm going to first show you where to get a hex editor that I use, this one right here, and then get started with explaining. First, go to this page. I downloaded the 188 kilobyte version. There's no install. This is a portable version. When you double click it, by default it's probably going to look like this. What you want to do is click on the 569, and it's not going to have a black background with yellow font like this. Just to be brief, for those that want to have your hex editor look like mine, go to settings and then click colors. The foreground color means text color. Gonna click on that and then say choose, and then you can change it to 202.2020 for the red, green, blue color code. And then for the background, it's not completely black. I have it at 15 15 15. And for selected area, which I'm going to be selecting things, this is the specific purple here that you can use if you want. The text is a little bit smaller by default. Settings, you just go to fonts and click on this one and change it to 18. And I'm not sure if it's bold or not. I think the font is the default. After you do that, you say permanent setting and then you say apply. But before I do that, the file type here, maybe this one, it needs to be bubbled in so that this view comes up, you know, the 5669 instead of this by default. Okay, so now with the hex editor, I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to navigate to the map folder. Okay, I got here, map. First of all, you have to kind of know where the map dimensions are. The remake version is here, so that's kind of obvious if you just ignore these nulls. It's r15122. In order to write a program to parse this file, you have to look at this character here. This is 16 here. Whatever character number you see here is the one on the end of the previous line. So this is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So character 21 exactly, and all map files for this version of the remake, at least that I know of, this character here is the number of characters of the remake version number, including the nulls in between them. It's 9, so basically it starts from the first character starts here, so this is 8, and then one more makes 9. So that's what this represents here. So if this was r6720, it would be 6720. So it would be 2 less, it would be 7 instead of 9. That's how you get the remake version. To get the map dimensions, well, we can just look at the source code for this app. The map dimensions are here, so it's an if condition. There's 2 situations that can come up with maps that I know of so far. And that is if the first 4 characters are all null, which in our case it is, then the map width is going to be defined by the characters from 23 and 24. This is 16, this is 20, 23 and 24. So basically how this reads is this number times 256 plus this number. And this number here is not a normal number, it's hex. In the video description, I'm also going to provide a link to this for those who don't know about hex at all. You don't really need to know a whole lot, just this table here and what I just told you. So this number times 256 plus null, which is 00. Well, on here, I don't have it as 00, but that's what it represents. The hex is 00. The corresponding number is actually 0. We'll come back to this table later, but basically, that's saying this is 256 map width, and this is the map height, which is also 256. And as you can see in the source code here, it's from characters 27 and 28. But if it was the other situation where the first 4 characters were not null, then it would be the first and second characters, and then the 5th and 6th characters. It would be this one and this one, and then this one and this one, where it would be this times 256 plus this for the map width, and this times 256 plus this for the map height. Since the largest map size is 256 anyway, if this is not 1, then it'll just be whatever this is. Alright, with that out of the way, immediately after the second character for the map height, you're going to see 2 nulls. This begins the characters that are allotted for each tile on the map. And it's going to be like this for all the tiles on the map. In other words, from this point all the way down, all the way till right here, add end tile. So there's actually 9 characters allotted for each tile. I'll go through what each of them mean. Some of them I don't even know what they mean, so not even all 9 I'm going to touch on, but I'll be brief. Alright, here's an example where these are 9 for one of them. It's not exactly this one, but so to figure this out, I created a blank map that was 256 by 256, and I don't know if it's easy to see or not, but there's a tree log and then looks like a iron mountain. We're going to take a look at this one. This is the first tile. Instead of border of life, I'm going to go to this map instead, which I have in memory. I loaded it before. It starts after the map size. So we have these 2 nulls here. Then the next 2 characters are for the tile type. That's these 2. So it's 0 times 256, which is 0, plus A4. If we go to our table, we have to look for A4, and it's here. So 164 is the tile type for this tile. So let's verify that. Just come here and then click this. And then I have it pre-selected earlier, but I don't know why it went all the way down there. But right here, 164. And I click it, it's the same thing, right? The next is the rotation, and here the rotation is 0. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it to show you that this is the rotation. I'm going to rotate this once and save the map. With Control S, you can do that in r15122. If you didn't know that, Control S. You have to press the keys firmly on certain keyboards for it to work. But now all of a sudden this was blinking in my taskbar, and I say OK. What I'm going to do is just click on File, and then that's a quick way to reload it. Now all of a sudden you see a 1 appeared here, right? So this is the rotation. The next is the map height. Let's take a look at the map height here. The map height, if you put an X of any kind, so like this or whatever, and you lean it over to the left some, a little bit past the X, then it's going to tell you, because right here, this is not the map height. This is not the Z for this tile where the X is on. You got to kind of lean it a little bit to the left, and it says 30. But that's the real number, 30. So we have to go to this table there and look for the light column, and then see what the corresponding hex is. It's 1E. And if we come here, that's 1E. So this, which is the next character, is the tile height, or the Z coordinate. Then the next one is the tile object, which is saying it's 0A. So if we go here and look for the dark 0A, have to go up some. It says 10, and it's that tree log there. You can hardly see it because it's off the screen. If I click the tree and then I just use the scroll on my mouse, that's 10. we can see that I replicated, right? It's the exact same object. The next character, I have no idea what it is. It might just be a placeholder. I have no idea what it could be because there's other things that are in the map file. And I just looked at this for the first time today, and it might be my last time looking at it. But this next character is simply, as it says here, if it's null, then it means that we did not edit this tile with anything. We did not put an object on it. We did not put a new tile type on it than what was the default, etc. It's just like a Boolean, true or false. That's what I believe it is. I'm not positive, but that's what it looks like. Because if we come down to any of these, this is the map tile object, and then this is the null, and then this is another null. This means that it was not edited. This is a tile, as you can see. There's no tile around here. The ones I've changed, you can visually see the first two here with the yellow, this one, and then that's it. The rest of them I didn't change. So that Boolean is going to be false or null or 0, 0, whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty much it. Just to prove to those who want to know, like, if I have the convention right or not with where the tiles begin and where they end. Again, this is the map width and this is the map height. These two nulls begin the first coordinate, and in each coordinate has 9 characters allotted for it. And as I said in the Border of Life map file, it goes all the way until, like you see here, this is a blank map, so this stuff right here could be how many resources are at certain tiles, etc. But in a blank map, that's what they look like, and that's what you want to do. When you want to decipher some type of binary file like this, you want to start with a blank map and add something to it and find it. Use the hex table, put something that is an unusual number that doesn't occur in the file at all, but you can see from the map editor what number it is and what it represents, and just go from there. But anyway, this right here, these are 2 nulls that begins this, and this is the Boolean, because I edited the last tile in here with something, an object and a tile type, so that I could find it. And I did it with a unique number that didn't occur in the file anywhere, as I just mentioned. And how you know that is you just say search, and it's with this hex editor that I introduced you to, you click on the left side. It's very important. You click somewhere on the left and then say search. Or when you have search, if you accidentally, like we're clicking here and you say search, you would have to click hexadecimal. And then you would search for whatever hex value you put in here. For our case, these are 2 nulls. This is the Boolean saying that I edited the tile. This is a character, I don't know what it is. This is the object, which is 46. But the true number we have to look for, the dark 46, is 70. So this object here looks like a remnants of a dead tree is 70. And there it is. But if we go to the very beginning here, this is very important. So this is a good example of what I was saying earlier about how this works. These two, okay, this is a Boolean saying that I edited the previous tile, and I think that's because when you edit one tile's terrain type, it kind of goes over into the one surrounding it. So that's why this one was affected too, because you see there's a little bit of overlap. But anyway, this is the 2 nulls that begin the last tile. So these 2 numbers, as I show in blue here, is the tile type. I claim that it's going to be 256 plus and then 36. But 36 is not 36. We have to go to the table and look for the dark 36 down here, which is 54. 54 plus 256 is 310. That's the tile type that we put over here. 310. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. Got to go to tile type. And it took me a while to find it. It's right here, 310. So does that look like that? Yeah, it looks identical. So that is 310, and we calculated 310. So lastly, let's pay attention to the first of the 2 nulls that is allotted to this last tile. We need to count the character number, but I claim that this is continuous from the very beginning of the map file until now. It's continuous. So right after the map height, or I should say the second character that is, because both of these characters are for the map height, right? Starting from here, we have to see what character number this is. As I said before, when we see on the left here 32, that's this. It's on the previous line. So 32, 31, 30, 29. I pull out my calculator again, 29, 9 characters that are allotted for each tile, times 256 times 256, that's the map's width times height. We get 589, 853. If I go down to the end where the last tile is, we're gonna look at what character number allocated to the last tile, where the first null, what character number that is. And because we're at the last one, we don't want to add 9 all the way to the right of it. We want to get this first character number. So in theory, we should be able to subtract 9 from this and get the location. And as you can see, this number here is this. So it would be that number 41, 42, 43, 44, 589, 840, 44. That's where the first character allotted for the last tile begins. And that is based on basic calculation that we did here, where we know that the first null like this allotted for the first tile is character 29 in this file. So we just add the number of characters that are allotted for each tile times the number of tiles that are in the map, and then we subtract 9 to get the location of the first character allotted to the last tile in the map. So that proves that this is a continuous list of 9 characters that are allotted to each tile. And so from that knowledge, I wrote this little app to give this information for you automatically. But that's it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.